Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulihil Kareem wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. We started our next session, basically the week 9 yesterday, and we did only 3 ayah 1 to 104. Today we're going to do only 4 ayahs. And if you remember the last ayah that we did, 104, that where Allah said that Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu for the first time in the Quranic Musaf order, and also Allah said to the believers, don't when you address Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you don't address them with the word ra'ina, which means like a derogative way to call him or take his attention. Instead you say unzurna, what is the meaning of you do excuse me, like in English what is called excuse me, with proper notation. So basically the ayah started with the description of the magic of the Sulaiman alayhi salam and all these things, and then it went to the people of the Medina, the Jewish of the Medina, that what they used to do. So today's ayat again back to the people of the Medina, and Allah is talking about them. And why Allah talking this one is basically you have to understand that the people of the Medina who became Muslim, the Ansar, they are just new Muslim. They are not like us that born in a Muslim family. They are all grown-up adult men, and then all of a sudden the Sahaba Musab ibn Umair came, he preached them the dawah, and they accepted the Islam. But these people, for the last maybe 30, 35 or 40 years, they've been living with the Jewish people as a mushrikun. And some of them do idol worship, some of them may not do idol worship, and some of them were very close friends to the Jewish people. Now all of a sudden, when they start getting the revelation, when they get the messenger Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they have all these things from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that these people had book, these people had this history, and it's kind of an animosity. So imagine like you are a friend with someone for 30 years or 35 years, and now you have messenger in front of you and you believe in him. That's your iman, right? And you believe in the book that's coming to him. And that book is saying that these Jewish people, what is inside their mind. Obviously your iman will shake. You will say, okay, I know these guys from so long, and Allah is saying that they are not good people, and they have done these things with their messenger Musa, and with the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's really hard to believe for them, but they have to have the iman, because if you have any doubt of the revelation or of the whatever Rasulullah is saying, then you are in problem. So that's what Allah is saying here. There is some group of the people, not all of them, who have done kufr, meaning some group of the people of the book and some people of the mushrikun. I mean, mushrikun means the people of Makkah. They don't have doubt about that, because 13 years they have preached to them, and those people have kicked Rasulullah sallam and all other people out of the Makkah. They tried to kill Rasulullah sallam. So it is all clear that they are the enemy of Islam. That's not a problem. But Allah is saying even a group of people from the Ahl Kitab also have the same intention, and they don't want anything coming good to the Rasulullah sallam. And that's why previously we saw, when Rasulullah was giving a khutbah or a lecture or whatever, a sermon, they try to calling them Rayana or Unzurna or something like this. They're trying to make fun of whatever Rasulullah is saying. So that is their intention, because they're out of jealousy. They don't want any good happen to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this is what Allah opened the heart. Allah saying, look, you don't know, maybe they were good to you before, but now that you have a messenger inside you, among you, and this is their intention, this is their desire in their heart. So be careful and make your iman stronger, and to take the iman of the new Muslim stronger, and have a clear view between the iman and kufr. And Allah is saying this is kufr if you have any doubt about what I'm revealing. And this is also to mention that Allah didn't say that all Jewish are all Jewish and Christian are the disbeliever or kufr. No, Allah said a group among them. So meaning, because Allah knows that there are some people, they're really following the Rasulullah, they're waiting for the real messenger, and they accepted Islam when Rasulullah came. And we know all this hadith that the chief rabbi, the Abdul Salam, he also accepted Islam. Now the next ayah is the famous ayah of abrogation. You remember when our Sheikh Yusuf, we had a class about abrogation, the naqs, that some Quranic ayah has abrogated. So there are some rulings initially Allah revealed in the Quran, but next Allah moved that rulings or changed the ruling, and Allah said this is the ayah that whatever a verse do we abrogate or cause to forgotten, because the forgotten word is used here, because it says that some of the ayah was in the Quran was there, and Sahaba actually recited them, memorized them, but one day they wake up and they went to Rasulullah and they couldn't remember those ayah. That is literally forgotten because Allah has taken them from the memory. Because those ayah was come for that time, it is not appropriate to stay in the Quran for the whole humanity. So Allah has the wisdom, Allah took it away. And why Allah say this here? Because as we mentioned even the Sunday program about the Quran is the final book and this is the abrogator of the Torah and Injil. So whatever that matches with the Quran, that's fine, we'll accept that. But the other things are corrupted by them and they have changed the book. So this is the ayah that Allah talking about. This is where I am the ala kulli shay'in qadir. I have the power to do all things and I have changed whatever need to be changed, and this is the final revelation that you got. The next two ayah, and this is the two ayah that we're going to finish it today. Allah is saying, basically Allah is continuing in the same notation that I have the power to change everything, and don't you know that the whole dominion, like the sky and everything belongs to me, and beside Allah who have neither a wali or a helper. So Allah is saying, I have the power to do everything, I am the king of all these things, and I am your wali and I am your nasir. The two words here, wali and nasir. Wali, as you all know, this is also a word that we use in our country. Wali means someone, a friend, but a protective friend. A friend who wants to protect you. It's not a normal friend. He always wants to protect you. And Nasir, we discussed the word Nasr yesterday. Nasr means help. Nasir means also a helper. But what kind of helper? A helper to help you to come against another group of people. So if someone is trying to do harm to you, do oppression to you, so a Nasir is a person who comes and help you to get out of the situation. So Allah is saying, only I am your wali and I am a Nasir. And all these things, Allah is boosting the iman of the people, as we mentioned. So Allah is saying, this you are in the right side, and I am your wali and I am your Nasir. And then the last one, Allah say, do you ask your messenger like you asked Musa? So Allah is saying to the believers, remember what we talked about in the last 100 ayahs, that we talk about the history of Bani Israel and how they're asking question to Musa, and we'll go into later on also that about the cow, how they will be asked and everything to Musa alayhi salam. So are you asking the same way that you asking Musa before? And there's two things you have to remember. Asking and questioning, as we mentioned before, it is two different things. Asking is, if you don't know something, if you don't know how to pray, you ask your sheikh, you ask your imam or whatever, or you don't know how to do this thing properly, you have some doubts of something, you completely don't know that what is the fiqh ruling, you ask. But questioning is something else. That you're just trying to interrupt him to the questioning. Like you're trying to do something questioning so that they get interrupted and something like this. So Allah is saying that, and who changes faith for disbelief, verily he has gone astray from the right way. So Allah is relating these things with going away from the right way, meaning to question Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and put some thoughts, put some doubts in your mind that no, what he is saying not right or something like this, it is going from the right way, meaning doing kufr. So Allah is saying that وَمَنْ ضَلَّ سَوَاءَ السَّبِيلِ, meaning that you are not on the right path if you are questioning Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So inshallah ta'ala we'll finish it here today, and so may Allah give us tawfiq to understand the Quran. Inshallah ta'ala tomorrow we'll go from another 3 or 4 ayah. Jazakallahu khair, subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.